Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English on the Go, the podcast that helps you improve your English step by step. I'm James, your host and English teacher, and today we're talking about a really interesting topic, living in the city versus living in the countryside. Have you ever thought about where you'd rather live? In a busy city full of people and lights, or in a quiet countryside with green fields and fresh air? In today's episode, we'll learn vocabulary, practice real-life examples, and compare life in the city and the countryside. Let's get started. Let's begin with some useful words and phrases. Convenient, easy to use or easy to get. For example, living in the city is convenient because shops and transport are nearby. Crowded, too many people in one place. For example, the train was so crowded this morning. Peaceful, calm, and quiet. For example, I love walking in the countryside. It's so peaceful. Commute, to travel to work or school. For example, I commute to work by train every day. Public transportation, buses, trains, and subways used by everyone. For example, big cities usually have good public transportation. Let's imagine two people, Carlos, who lives in a big city, and Anna, who lives in the countryside. Carlos lives in New York City. He works in an office. Every morning he takes the subway. It's fast, but sometimes it's too crowded. He likes the city because everything is convenient. There are many restaurants, cinemas, and shops. Now Anna lives in a small village in the countryside. She doesn't take the train or the bus. She drives to work. It takes 30 minutes. But she loves the peaceful mornings and the fresh air. There are fewer people, and it's very quiet. So what's better? It depends. Now it's your turn. Let's practice speaking or thinking in English. Do you live in the city or the countryside? What do you like about it? Have you ever visited the countryside? What did you see? Would you prefer a peaceful life or an exciting one? Pause the podcast and think about your answers. You can even write them down. Here's a grammar note. The difference between there is and there are. In the city, there is a museum near my house. There are many restaurants in this street. In the countryside, there is a big forest behind the village. There are cows and sheep in the fields. Easy, right? Phrase of the day. The grass is always greener on the other side. This means we often think life is better somewhere else. But is it really? In the first part, we compared life in the city and in the countryside. We learned some new words like convenient, peaceful, and crowded, and we talked about Carlos and Anna's lives. Now let's go deeper. We'll talk about the advantages and disadvantages of both lifestyles. That means the good sides and the not so good sides. Let's go. Let's start with the city. Advantages: more job opportunities. There are more companies and businesses in cities, so it can be easier to find work. Entertainment. You can go to concerts, restaurants, shopping malls, cinemas. The list is long. Public services, hospitals, schools, and public transport are usually better in big cities. Disadvantages: noise and pollution. Cities can be noisy, and the air is not always clean. High cost of living, rent, food, and other things can be expensive. Stress and fast life. People are often in a hurry, and that can feel stressful. Example sentence. In the city, everything is close by, but it's noisy and expensive. Now let's look at the countryside. Advantages: clean air and nature. It's a healthier place to live, with more space and green areas. Peace and quiet. You can relax and enjoy a slower, calmer life. Friendly communities. People often know each other and help one another. Disadvantages: fewer job options. There may not be many companies or jobs nearby. Limited entertainment. There aren't as many things to do at night or on weekends. Transport issues. You might need a car because buses or trains don't come often. Example sentence. In the countryside, life is peaceful, but you need a car to go anywhere. Let's practice a few sentences together. Repeat after me. I enjoy the peaceful life in the countryside. Living in the city is exciting, but it's also stressful. There are more job opportunities in big cities. Fresh air is one of the best things about village life. Idiom of the day. In the middle of nowhere. This means a place that is very far from cities or people. Example, she lives in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. No internet, no neighbors. Have you ever been somewhere that felt like the middle of nowhere? Here's a quick review of today's main points. City life is fast, exciting, and full of options, but also noisy and expensive. Countryside life is peaceful and natural, but sometimes less convenient. Remember, there's no right or wrong. It depends on what you like. Final questions for you. Would you like to live in the city or countryside in the future? Why? What kind of lifestyle do you enjoy more, fast or slow? If you moved to the countryside or city, what would be the biggest change for you? If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who's also learning English. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. Practice what you learned today. You can even try writing a short paragraph about your life in the city or countryside. Thanks for listening to English on the Go. Keep learning, keep speaking, and remember, English is a journey and you're doing great. Until next time, take care and talk soon.